The last train. The platform was empty, except for Claire. Her watch read 11:58 p.m. The last train. If she missed it, she'd be stranded in a town she didn't know. A cold wind swept through the station, carrying with it the faint smell of rust and something else, something metallic, like blood. She wrapped her coat tighter, eyes flicking toward the shadows under the flickering lights. The train's whistle echoed in the distance. Relief flooded her chest. But then footsteps. They weren't hurried, like a fellow passenger. They were measured, deliberate. She turned. A man in a long coat was walking toward her, face hidden beneath a brimmed hat. His steps echoed off the walls of the empty station. Claire forced a smile. Catching the last train too? The man stopped, tilted his head, said nothing. The whistle grew louder. The train lights appeared at the far end of the track, slicing through the dark. Claire turned back. The man was gone. Her pulse quickened. She scanned the platform. Empty. Silent. Then right behind her, the strange man whisper, "Don't get on." The train screeched to a halt. The doors hissed open. Inside, the carriages were lit but dark and completely empty. No one there. No conductor, no passengers. Just rows of seats, waiting. She turned to ask the man what he meant. No one is there. But the platform was deserted again. Her watch ticked to 12:00 a.m. The train doors began to close. Claire had to decide. Step inside the empty train or stay alone with the shadows. Claire's breath caught in her throat. The doors were sliding shut. If she stayed, she'd be alone, trapped with whatever that voice was. At the last moment, she lunged forward and slipped inside. The doors clamped shut behind her. The carriage was eerily silent. The train began to move, gliding into the tunnel. The lights flickered overhead, and for a moment she thought she saw shapes, dark figures reflected in the windows. Her heart pounded. She gripped the seat, ready to scream. At the last moment, she lunged forward and slipped inside. The doors clamped shut behind her. The carriage was eerily silent. The train began to move, gliding into the tunnel. The lights flickered overhead, and for a moment she thought she saw shapes, dark figures reflected in the windows. Her heart pounded. She gripped the seat, ready to scream. Then, a soft chime echoed through the carriage. A calm voice over the intercom said, "Emergency maintenance complete. Last service now returning to the main terminal. Passengers will be safe." Claire blinked. The lights steadied. The shadows vanished. The rows of seats filled with ordinary people she hadn't noticed before. An old woman dozing, a young man with headphones, a mother rocking her child. Relief washed over her. When the train emerged from the tunnel, it pulled into a brightly lit central station. A bustling crowd waited on the platform. She stepped out, trembling, but safe. She glanced back at the carriage, half expecting to see the strange man again. Instead, there was only her own reflection in the glass, smiling faintly, alive, and no longer alone. For a moment, she wondered if she had imagined it all, the whisper, the warning, the terror. Then she noticed something carved faintly into the metal of the carriage door, scratched as though by a desperate hand. Fear keeps you frozen. Courage carries you forward. A shiver ran down her spine. Maybe the voice hadn't been a threat at all. Maybe it had been a reminder. She tightened her coat and walked toward the exit, each step steadier than the last. Whatever the night had been, it taught her one truth she would never forget. Sometimes the scariest path is the one that leads you safely home if you're brave enough to take it. At near exit the platform, she saw the written message, "Don't get scared again." For that, you have to like the video, subscribe, and share. For more, press the bell button.